Okay, so you probably heard the news. If you haven't, there's going to be a remix of Rubber Soul coming out October 2nd. And this news, I feel like I need to, because of the nature of my channel, I need to comment on this. This news, it makes me both angry and elated. Um, so let me go over a little about my Rebel Soul experience. I probably should do a whole thing on my Beatles experience, but suffice to say, I didn't listen to Rubber Soul except what was on the Red album early on. It was not until the 21st century when I got the 1987 mix, which really shocked me how much I liked this. I had not listened to this until then, and there were several songs I'd never heard before that I really liked. So when the 60th anniversary of Beatles stuff came along, I started listening to the American albums as they came out. This is the British version here in the 1987 mix, which George Martin did. And so I got a set of the American albums mixes on CD. And so when the 60th anniversary of this came out, this is what I was listening to. It has both the mono and the stereo mixes of the American version, but it wasn't the original mix. It was the 2009 mix, which George Martin remixed it for that because he didn't think the original mix was good enough. So it wasn't the original. And so I was listening to this for 6 months. I really wanted there to be a deluxe set last Christmas because that was the 60th anniversary of when Rubber Soul came out. And instead, we got the anthology. But I ignored that and listened to Rubber Soul for 6 months. And I've got a pretty good stereo record player. So about 4 months ago, I'm not sure exactly, I got this. It's the American version of Rubber Soul in stereo. And I can pull it out and show you. Oh, it's the Apple version of it. But this is like, it's from the 70s, but, it's the original mix from the, from the 60s. And when I heard it on a stereo, I was amazed at how much better the quality of the sound was than this CD. So I really liked it. But I listened to this for 6 months. And, in various formats, listened to Rubber Soul for 6 months. And then June came around. It was time for Rubber Soul to go away. It's time for Yesterday and Today, which I have in both mono and stereo here on this disc. And there are several songs that are missing from the American version. All of them are on here. Yesterday, Nowhere Man's on here. Drive My Car's on here. What Goes On is on here. If I Need Someone. They're all on Yesterday and Today. So this was my time for Yesterday and Today. Yesterday and Today. And toward the end, I gave up on Apple selling me a deluxe version. So, about less than a month ago, I bought this. A high quality 2009 mix Rubber Soul. Because right now, as I made this announcement, this is my time for Revolver. This is the 60th anniversary of Revolver now, and I'm listening to that right now. Revolver. So, just when I'm listening to Revolver, they announce there's going to be a deluxe version with a remix of Rubber Soul. Now, it's in several different formats. There's a multi-album one, which comes with the new mix of Rubber Soul. There are 2 albums worth of outtakes, which, to be truthful, those outtakes, I only want to hear them once. I probably will stream them from Apple Music and hear them once and not pay much attention to them. Also, the set comes with the original mono mix, just like the Revolver deluxe set did. But, I got mono. And the few songs that are missing from that, I've got mono of them too. Okay. Also, it comes with the American mix. But I've got that. And it comes with a single of The We Can Work It Out and Day Tripper. And I didn't bring it here, but I've got that too. I don't have the 2023 mix, which is what comes on the single. I've got an original one of the single. And both mono and stereo of the original are on this one. So, of the things I would want from that, the new mix, I would want that. I'd want the mono mix on an album, which I don't have that, but I've got it here on CD. And I want the American version, which I've got. Okay, all that comes on CD, except the CD doesn't come with the single. The single's folded in. It's not on a separate disc like it was on Revolver. It's on one of the discs. But both these big sets come with a book, and I really would like that book, but I don't want to pay $150 to get that book as part of the CD set. Having the CDs would be a good idea because I've had experience before with losing a song because Apple Music decided they didn't like that song anymore and having to buy a hard copy so I can reload it back on my computer so I can play this on my phone in my car. So I'm all about having hard copies these days. So there's some other formats out there. You can get just the new mix, which I will probably do that. You can get the new mix and some of the outtakes. I don't know why anybody who wants the outtakes would be satisfied with just some of them. If you really want the outtakes, you're going to want to pay the big bucks for the big set of all of them, including a new song by John, which, again, I'd like to hear that, but I don't want to pay more than $100 just for the one song. There's also the Blu-ray is not going to be included in any of the super expensive sets, but you can buy it separately, and I will probably do that. Also, there's a Zoetrope one. Now, the first version of the Zoetrope I saw had pictures from the back of it on there, and that did not sound so interesting to me. But I saw another picture of the Zoetrope. It has pictures of the logo and the front cover here, and that's more interesting to me. I'd like to see the front cover picture go from normal to warped like it appears there. So yeah, I might get the Zoetrope version. But yeah, it's really expensive to be a Beatles fan, and so I'm enraged about this because I wanted this 6 months ago, and instead they're giving it to me 4 months in the future. Yeah, they're missing out on the Anniversary. But I had the same issue in 2020 when it was the 50th anniversary of Let It Be, and I wanted to buy that on DVD, and I couldn't. It was not available anywhere I could find. Of course, I'm not super good at finding online people who are doing yard sales of used stuff. So, trying to buy it new from the company so that the royalties would go to the two surviving Beatles, I could not. So, anyway, I'm looking forward to this, and I'm really angry about this.